Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you can click the subscribe button and stay for a while. I upload 3 times a week. Get ready with me, shop my stash, try on new makeup. If it's beauty or makeup related, I will be posting it. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. So of course, as you could tell from the title of the video and probably why a lot of you are here, my Pinpoint concealer from Miss Lisa Eldridge is here, and I am also excited to try this out and see if it's a product that I'm going to fall in love with or think it is absolutely unnecessary. All right, without further ado, let's get started with this video. All right, my lovelies, hair is pulled back. I am so ready to get started. But first, let's talk a tiny bit about this new Pinpoint Concealer Micro Correcting Pencil. A 1.5 millimeter tip creamy, comfortable gel concealer pencil that allows you to precisely cover and camouflage. Micro precision for macro impact. It retails for, I think this is in US. Yes, $34. There is 16 different shades. I purchased the shade 6. Now she does have some tools on the website to help you pick out a shade. I was in between 7 and 6. I honestly did have a tiny bit of a hard time, but I think I made a decent choice. Either way, I feel either one would have worked out for me personally. This was made in Korea and has a 12-month shelf life. Golden peach undertone for shade number 6. I did also purchase the Elevated Glow Eclat Subtil. I think that's how you pronounce that. This looks like it's pretty much like a Charlotte Tilbury kind of product, so I'm also excited to try this out. I purchased the shade Cosmic Rose. I already have my primers on. I'm thinking for the Pinpoint concealer, we'll do half of the face bare and the other half with foundation just to see. But right now I'm opening up the Elevated Glow. That's what it looks like. Glass bottle. This has 0.43 ounces and it does have a doe foot applicator like the Charlotte. Let me swatch it just so we could see. Okay. Yeah, it feels similar. Maybe a tiny bit more hydrating, not so gel-like. Ooh, I like that. So I blended it out on the back of my hand. Let me go ahead and put a tiny bit. Maybe I should shake this. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to put a tiny bit on the high points of my face, and I'm excited to see if this will work on top of my foundation. I also got a free sample of her face wash. Yeah, the cleanser, so I'm excited to try that out. I'm going to use my foundation brush, the M1 from my Kiko and Danessa. Okay. Maybe not as glowy as the Charlotte. I feel like this blends into your skin a tiny bit better than the Charlotte. Okay, so if you're somebody that likes a tiny bit of glow in their foundation, I can definitely see this being one of those products that you can mix in to your foundation to add a tiny bit of glow. All right, now for the most exciting part of this video. I did already take it out of this box because I did just film me unboxing it so I can do a little reel on it. So here is what it looks like. Gold cap, white component, looks like a lip liner, eyeliner. It is a twist up, so the Pinpoint twists up, and then it does have the little sharpener that I feel a lot of components like this have in case you want a really pointy edge. I did already swatch it, but I blended the swatch into the back of my hand. Here is the swatch, and I feel like you can barely see it, which for me, that's a good sign. Means I got a good shade, right? Okay, so I did watch Lisa Eldridge's video on this product just so I can understand the reasoning behind on why she created it. In case you didn't know, Lisa Eldridge is a professional makeup artist. She does makeup for celebrities, whether it's for the red carpet, whether it's for a photo shoot, whether it's for a TV show, a movie, you name it. The makeup that she does is for celebrities who will be in front of cameras, all that good stuff. So I feel like we kind of have to keep that in mind when we think about the style of makeup that she does versus a day-to-day person going to like a 9-to-5 sit down behind a desk job. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, basically the main concept behind this is pictures get edited, right? And sometimes there is small imperfections that makeup can't cover. So editing is part of the process when it comes to mostly pictures, especially if they go into a magazine and whatnot. This is supposed to help or kind of act in a similar way that editing does with blurring, taking out the imperfections, all the good stuff. So yeah, that's what we're going to test out today. So I think I'll do this side, just the pen, see what it looks like, and maybe I'll add some foundation on this side and do a little bit of perfecting the skin, covering imperfections that my foundation don't cover. Okay, let's get started. I personally, my foundation, I enjoy a light medium coverage, closer to the light side of light medium. I don't feel like I have too many areas. I have a lot of redness around my nose, broken up capillaries, some spots, but I don't feel like it's too much. Now, I wouldn't necessarily wear this as a concealer just because it's so small and you will use so much product. I feel like that kind of misses the mark on or why this was created. Let's start in here. And this is supposed to be waterproof, so before makeup, it should be just fine. Now you can use a brush or your finger. She mostly used her finger when I saw her using it. I always have redness around my nose, broken capillaries and all that good stuff. And she trademarked the title or the name Pinpoint because that is her signature when it comes to makeup. She does a lot of pinpoint concealing with concealer and a very precise brush, pointy brush. Okay. My nose is bad. It takes concealer sometimes doesn't even cover it. But it's better to build up than put too much product on. I do have some dryness. Oh, and I do have primers on. I totally forgot to tell you. I went in to the Ordinary Milky Toner, Vive Skin Nova for the primers of my face, and the Gucci Matte Primer for my T-zone, since I will be putting some foundation to test this out with foundation. She's been wearing the Pinpoint Concealer just on its own with bare skin. So that's also another option for those who don't mind the clean girl aesthetic. Great way to like look like you're wearing makeup, but you're not, you know? I have this little red dot from my blemish. Let that one sit for a minute. My skin is not even, but I feel like I don't need much. I also have another one here to make it look fairly even. All right, so I think we have covered enough to where I would feel comfortable. Maybe I'm gonna put the slightest amount of concealer on and show you if I were to not wear any foundation, how I would be comfortable wearing it. I'll show you also how much I used of the Pinpoint. Do you see that? Okay, so there it is, the amount that I used. Okay, now I'm gonna use this Surratt concealer. I have shade number 6, and I don't use a lot of concealer, but I feel like I would be just more comfortable with a little bit concealer for my under eyes. And then this Surratt also has a peachy undertone, and it's pretty natural, not too much coverage, but that is how I enjoy using my concealers. Okay, I think for the nose, it would be a combo between the Pinpoint concealer and an actual concealer. Like I said, sometimes even concealers have a really hard time covering the redness that I have around my nose with broken capillaries. So for me, it would be a combination of both, but I can see the thought process behind it. Just be very, it's a product where you can just be very precise without having to use your concealer, and all you have to do is just kind of draw it in and then boom. Okay, this side is the side with the Lisa Eldridge Pin Point Concealer in shade number 6, and some of the Surratt Dewdrop Concealer in shade 6 as well. And then this side has nothing. So I definitely could see the difference as far as everything being evened out under my eyes. So I think, if I remember correctly, she did say she wouldn't necessarily use this as an under eye concealer. One, it's so small that you would have to use so much amount. But if you're somebody who uses concealer and then still feels like there's a tiny bit of few areas, like for me, this is my problem area, this line right here, that you can use the Pinpoint concealer and fix it away. Oh. Okay, and I do feel like that did it. All right, I like what I see. I would be comfortable with this side on its own, maybe adding a tiny bit of bronzer, a tiny bit of blush, mascara, eyebrows, something small on my lips, and then I'm good to go for the day. But I do feel like this side just looks maybe a little bit more perfected versus this side where you can see like around the nose. I do have some redness here, unevenness up here, some around my chin as well, I feel can sometimes. Okay, it's subtle, but I can see it. Okay, pulled out my Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation. I have the shade number 15. I did not purchase her skin tint. I wanted to, trust me, I wanted to. I just have so much makeup that I've kind of been very choosy as to what I do purchase. So because I do have the foundation, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful foundation, I decided I could skip on the skin tint. Look, if it was up to me, I would buy every single launch, but I do have to pick and choose. So as you saw, not a lot of product. I have a tiny bit left over. That was maybe half of the pump. So her pumps, at least from the foundation, I don't know about the tint, it's not your normal one pump. It's about half of a normal pump. This is the M1. I'm going to blend out her foundation, and if I feel I need the rest of the pump I took out, then I'll use it. But as you can see, that's about as much foundation as I personally use. Okay, so you can see that I have a little bit more coverage on this side than I do on this side, but I still am 100% comfortable with this side. I am going to jump into the slightest amount of concealer. I don't feel like I need much, and then we'll see where we might use the Pinpoint Concealer. And with concealer, I also use such a slight amount. That Surratt is a pretty natural kind of concealer. I think it's a beautiful one, especially if you enjoy clean girl aesthetic kind of makeup. This is the N14 from BK and Nikki. Okay, foundation, concealer is on, and personally, I don't see too much that needs to be covered, but I do see a couple of spots that we can definitely showcase this product with foundation. So I also have another little blemish here. We'll let that one sit. And then same situation here with that line. I have a spot here. Around my nose, maybe a tiny bit. Although I feel the concealer did decent amount. Some spots here. Here. And I think maybe a tiny bit here. Okay, so I'll do here first. All I'm doing is tapping down and using the warmth of my finger Okay, I think that did a fabulous job. And as you can see, I'm not using too much product. And I feel, especially if you want to do the pinpoint conceal method that Lisa does, you would have to find a shade that's pretty close to your skin tone. The nose. There has definitely been times in my life when I'm getting ready for an event or something, some special occasion, where I have felt I've needed a product like this. Because sometimes I feel like concealers can just be too much. And I feel like with this formula, the way it's made, it offers you half or a fourth of the amount that one little drop of concealer would. Because it is a solid formula, you know, like a stick. Pencil, I guess I should say. Okay. Maybe just a tiny bit right here. Okay. I feel like my skin looks beautiful. The nose looks really, really good. Like around the nose, it looks better than this side. I mean, I do have more coverage, obviously, because I have the foundation, but the under eye also looks good. Okay, so there it is. This side has foundation and concealer. This side only has the Pinpoint Concealer from Lisa Eldridge and the Surratt Concealer, no foundation on. I think both are beautiful. Okay. Hair is down and I feel like I'm okay with the way that my skin looks on either side. I'm gonna jump in a tiny bit to this and add, well, mostly on this side because this one has the foundation, just to see how it works on top. I just want to see. By the way, the tone I picked is beautiful. This is the 113 from BK Beauty. Okay. Yep, blending out beautifully. No issues, no lifting up of anything. And it looks beautiful. As far as first impressions go. I do feel like this is a product that I do not currently own in my collection. Now, do I have products that I could use the same way that I'm using this product? Yes. I think the closest to this particular product would be like the MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix little concealer that's in the pot, like compact pot container, and a small, very precise brush would be the closest to this. But she did us a favor of putting it together and only having to use this. I think makeup artists would probably love this. I think it's easy, practical, you know? Somebody who does pretty minimalistic makeup, maybe almost nothing. Somebody who does not enjoy using a base product but likes to look perfected, airbrushed, whatever word you want to use. Definitely that kind of audience. If you have a lot of imperfections, I don't want to say this isn't necessarily for you, but you will use more of the product. So keep that in mind. This is Lisa Eldridge. This is her. This is her. She is the one that has done time and time again the pinpoint concealing, and she has created a product where she doesn't have to use multiple items to make this happen. She has this one pencil, the Pinpoint concealer pencil, that will do all of the work. I have been watching Lisa Eldridge. Gosh, it's been almost 5 years now. I love her style. Her accent is so beautiful. She just seems like the sweetest, most calming soul. And yeah, this product, this launch perfectly matches her. For me, first impressions, I'm enjoying it. I, of course, will keep using this product. That way, the next time I feature it on my channel or talk about it, mention it, I can give you my full final thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. I think the product speaks for itself. All right. Thank you so much for being here, my lovelies. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. All the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly all does mean the world to me. It's probably going to be a short one, and I feel like this video is mostly going to be for those who are very intrigued and interested in this product. Yeah, so with that being said, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye!